They say a circle with the equation. Now remember, we can be given a circle in a standard form, the equation of a circle in a standard form, or we can be given in this form. So both forms are fine. And then they say we have the center C, and then we have D, which is the y-intercept of the circle, and BD. This is the y-intercept of both the circle and BD. And then having the equation, they tell us which is the equation of this line BT. It's given like this. Now, if you are given an equation of a straight line, and then it's not in a standard form, the first thing that you can try to do is to put it in a standard form. What is the standard form? Is to make sure which y is the subject. How would you make y the subject of the thing? You can take the positive side, because it's the one which is negative. Then I'm going to be left with 3x plus 8, which is going to be what you read. You divide by 4, you divide by 4. It says y is going to be equal to 3 all over 4x plus 2. So this is our equation in a standard form. Just in case, you are going to use that. If they give you an equation not in a standard form, usually you are going to use it as a whatever, as a standard form. And they also said, they say PT is the tangent. Now, what do we know about a tangent to a circle? We know which a tangent and a radius, they form a 90-degree angle. Yeah. So these are just my notes of some of the things that I'm going to be needing here. Now, if this is 90 degrees, it means what I can tell them with the M of BD multiplied by the M of BC. They're going to give me what? Minus 1. Where does that come from? It comes from a tangent. Yeah? And then they say D is a point which lies in the first quadrant. So D is positive, yes. Which part is it? So if we given a tangent, and we have a circle. Now, what is a tangent? A tangent is the line which touches the circle only once. And then there is a theorem Euclidian, but if you have a tangent and a radius, they form a 90-degree. Now, once there's a 90-degree, it means they are perpendicular. Now, we just used perpendicular on our previous question, the one that we are using there. What do we know about perpendicular lines? Their product of their gradient is going to give us what? Minus 1. And you see, I'm writing these things forward, just in case I need them. I don't know whether I'm going to need them or I'm not going to need them. But if it happens which I need them, good for me. Yeah? Now, on number 1, they say determine the coordinates of C. We need to check. What is C here? C? What is C? C is the center. They told us that which C is the center. So now how to get the center of the circle? You are given this equation not in the standard form, and then you want to get this thing in a what? You want to put it in a standard form, in the circle form that we know. Yes. What is the second form that we know? It says which you have x minus a all squared plus y minus b all squared, which is going to be equal to what? Half squared. So what are we looking for, Tina? We're looking for a and what? And b. Now, for you to look for a and b, you can complete the squares. How to complete the squares? We are going to take this one and say this one it has an x, this one also has an x. So we're going to have x squared minus 6x. Yeah? It's fine. And then the other person that I also have, I'm just going to leave a space in between. Other person that I have, I'm going to leave a space here. Other person that I have y, then I have 4y. So I have y squared plus 4y. This is going to be equal to what? Well, let's make a space here also. So I'm going to leave a space and check them. This is going to be equal to what? To 12. What do we do when we complete the square? We're going to add half of p, and then we square it. Half of p. So in other words, as a learner, you should be able to identify what is a, what is b, what is c. Usually, I would say this to learners. Identify the a of x. I would call it the a of x. So there is a of x. There is b of x. C, it's c for everyone. So what is the a of x? It's 1. What is the b of x? The b of x is going to be what? Minus 6. And then we have a of y. So what is going to be the a of y? It's 1. What is going to be the b of y? It's 4. So now what you're going to do is to work with these two people. Those are the two people that we're going to be working with. We're going to add them and square them. B is not B, it's minus C. So now,
Well,
why want you to allow me because you know which is not. Okay, sure. So let's edit them. What are we going to add which is new? We are going to add these things which are new. I'm going to put them in different colors so that we remember what these things are new. So what am I adding? I'm going to add plus, open bracket, minus 6 all over 2 all squared. That's the first time that we're adding. The other one that we're also going to add is this one here. Plus, we take it with its signage. It's 4 all over 2 all squared. Everyone is evident. And then from there onwards, you divide. If it's divisible, you divide it. If it's not divisible, you leave it like this. So let's check if this is divisible. What I mean by divisible, I mean which it goes, doesn't even relate. Yes. We're also supposed to go to that other side. Masha is reminding us to say which we're supposed to add everything that we've added. So we're going to have minus 6 all over 2 all squared plus 4 all over 2 all squared. So we are going to have x squared is this one minus 6x plus this one is going to give us 3 all squared. It's minus 3 all squared. It's fine. Plus this one it's y squared plus 4y plus 2 all squared. Which is going to be, you say if you add everything up here, it gives you 25. Yes. Okay, this one will get 25. Now, what I mean, usually I do it this way. I say you're going to take the people that have a square. That's you factorizing it. So you're going to come and check who has a square here. This one has a square, you take it here. This one with its sign, it also has a square. You're going to check here minus 3 all square. Plus, here you check the one which has a square, it's y. Here you also have plus 2, it also has a square. Right? And then this is going to be equal to what? 25. And remember, what are we looking for? We're looking for the coordinates of the center. Coordinate of the center is going to be 3. Huh? Yeah, for 2 marks. But there's a simpler way in which we can do this thing. Let's do it in the simplest way then. I'm putting this because I showed people the simplest way, they didn't use it when we were writing during a pre-trial. So I'm afraid to go back to the, because this one we're already used to it. If you're used to this one, then you can stick to it. But you know, you can do it this way, then this thing. You can identify the B. You can identify the B of X, and then you can also identify the B of Y. Let's identify them. What is B of X? Yes. What is the B of the? I'm sure we have the people that who are dealing with the X and then also dealing with the Y. What is the B of X? The B of X is equal to minus 6. Yes. What is the B of Y? 4. It's 4. Then the formula that we're going to use to get the center, it says which is C, which is the center, is going to be given by minus open bracket. The B of X all over 2. And then it also says which you can have C, which is going to be equal to the B of Y. It's minus, there's a minus outside, all over 2. Then you come and check what is the B of X. It's minus 6. So I'm going to have minus open bracket minus 6 all over 1 all over 2. And then it's going to give you the answer as 1 as 3. And then here you come and say which B is going to be given as 4 all over 2. Or it's minus 4. Or it's negative L. And then you get, which is going to be actually minus 2. And then the coordinates are going to be given as 3 and 1 then minus 2. We can also use that one. Fine. Is it fine? Sure. Remember what you need. You need P of Y. You also need what? Yes. Okay. You want me to repeat? Yes.
This scenario is applicable to the point
Yes, this thing?
Yeah, applicable more a point where there is a tangent and a radius. of your
No, it applies when you're looking for the center and then you're given the equation not in a standard form. So if you don't want to complete the squares, this is an alternative to completing the squares because it takes you straight to the answer. What we're saying, I remember Ramatata once said you can differentiate this. If you differentiate this, is also if you differentiate this and then you let it to be 0, it's going to give you the center. If you try this, let's do this so that you can see it. Remember, I can differentiate in terms of x, I can differentiate in terms of y. So if I differentiate in terms of x, let's check what am I going to get. I am going to get 2x minus 3.
No, minus 6.
Minus 6.
Yes.
And then if you let this to be 0, you say which is you are at maximum, and then you take this one to this other side. It says 2x is going to be 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2. It says x is going to be 3. That is the x coordinate of the center.
this one is
Yes.
Actually, I don't think so.
This one is my It's been right.
You should have area.
And then also have this one. If you differentiate this one, you're going to have 2y plus 4, which is going to be 0. Take this one to the other side. It says 2y is going to be minus 4. Divide by 2, divide by 2. It says y is going to be equal to minus 2.
Yes.
So you will decide when. We are giving you all the tools, team. When I will decide which one is best for you. So the one that we're using, team, is the only problem with it is that it's not there information sheet. But what I can do is that I will remind you before you go to the exam on Monday. If you see me, I will remind you the formula. So we have x of the center. We call it x of the center.
Yes.
We say it's going to be given by minus open bracket x of b all over 2. Or b of x.
Yes.
It's up to you. And then the other one is based on which y of the center is going to be given by minus open bracket. It's b of y divided by 1 by 2. Buitam, you want to know what is b of x? What is b of x? Is the one that has an x. So you put minus 6. So you're going to have something like this here. Oh, let's put it here. I think you have the minus outside. The only problem with the formula is that it has a minus outside. You should always remember with the formula, it has a minus outside. So you're going to have minus open bracket minus 6 divided by 1 by 2. And it gives you what? 3. Sharp. And then what else do you have? This one you're going to say to them, you have minus open bracket, which is 4, all over 2. And then it's going to give you what? Minus 2. And then these are going to be your coordinates of the what of the sphere. Now let's say you wanted to get R. How to get R then? R is simple. You're going to take these things here that you got, and then you're just going to add them here. You're going to say plus 3 all squared. I think the equation is like this. Look at this. It says would you have x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 4 is going to be equal to 12. This is what you have. Let's say you wanted to get the radius, Kai. If you wanted to get the radius, as soon as you get the cent, you're going to add them here. You're going to say plus 3 all squared plus. You're going to say minus 2 all squared. And then this is still going to give you what? 25. As long as you have the cent, then you can go and get what? R.
So mistake.
Yes.
I don't know who like 20 more cycling.
Can you get the point B?
Yes, yes.
Using this one, x and b. No, you can't agree. You need to use the equation of the second here. This one is not an equation of it's just an equation to get the sense.
More x of c.
Yeah.
So with what again? 3 then you get x of b.
You say, oh, you say, I don't know, because x of b is b. No? It is part here. It's not the, yeah, I get what you are saying because this is okay. But it can't work that way. Any questions so far? Sis, any question? Yeah, sure. Okay, next. Coordinates of B. What is happening at B? We have two options there. B is the y-intercept of the circle, is the y-intercept of the straight line.
Yes.
So it's up to you which one do you want to use. You can use the straight line, If you're not using a straight line, you can use the what there? The second. The second is complicated. Isn't so use the straight line. So if you use the straight line, you already have it in a standard form. You tell them which, okay, here's what we have. We have y intercept x is 0. So we have 3 all over 4 multiplied by 0 plus 2. It says which y is going to be 2. And I'm according to this is over which is 2 is 0 is 2 and is 2. Then they're going to give you a mark for something there, and then they're also going to give you a mark for the coin.
Yes.
Sharp. Okay, next one then. On the next one. You're always going to get a question like this one, guys. You must understand. They want you to use the tangent. It's either going to give you the equation of the tangent, or they're going to give you the equation of the radius. And then they want you to use them. All questions are like that. Check all of them. You'll see there's a question like that, whereby Elena is either given the equation of the tangent, or Elena is given the equation of the what of the radius. So in this case, we are given the equation of the tangent. So I'm going to tell them which m of the tangent multiplied by m of the radius. That's supposed to give us what? -4. But we know what is m of the tangent. Tangent would be d too. So the tangent is going to be equal to 3 all over 4 multiplied by m of the radius, which is going to be equal to -1. Therefore, it means which m of the radius is going to be given as -4 all over 1 all over 3. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Calculating the gradient
Yes.
of the radius.
Yes.
And now it's up point C, leave B. But I didn't think
Yeah, it's
one.
eh?
I didn't think the answer was one. There's something.
It should give us the same thing. But you see, with some questions, let's be in one class. With questions, they were going to make sure that you can't calculate it. They're not going to give you 2 points. Here we are just like which we started by calculating P. But a good examination question, you will see that they will ask us to calculate the equation first before they ask us to calculate P. So that they know there's no way which we can use. The only option that we have is to use that equation of a radius, is to use that m.
The coordinates of B is the
Coordinates of B we got 2 is 0 is to 2.
below or below
Nothing.
No.
Okay, let's move on. So we have y, which is going to be equal to -4 all over 3 x plus c. Then we can either use point B or we can use point C. It doesn't matter because both of them we found them.
Yes.
So we are using point B. If we use point B, we have 2, which is going to be -4 all over 3 is 0 plus C. And get 6 2. It says C is going to be 2.
Yes.
Therefore, our y is going to be equal to -4 all over 3 plus 2.
Yes.
And then we are done.
Yes.
You want to do number T? You want to do number T? You want us to do number T? Let's do it together. Okay, vamos up. Vamos up. Let's do it together. Let's try to think this thing through. Okay, what do we see here? How we see what D is a point of intersection. D is a point of intersection between which 2 lines? Huh? It's BD and what? Guys? What is D? D is a point of intersection. is a point of intersection between who and who? It's BT and CD. So this is a point of intersection. Meaning which we know which here we just have to get this equation, which already have. Right? What is this equation? This equation we said it's y is equal to it's 3 all over 4 x plus 2, like this. Okay, sure. Now the only thing that we have to do now is to try to get the equation of line DC. We don't have that one. Right? We don't have the equation of line DC, but we can try to get it, but we don't have it. So how will we get that then? Let's look into this. This one, yeah, that is why like I was reluctant. This one it needs us to know the it needs us to know the little bit of maths for us to be able to do it. This angle here, they didn't give it to us for fun. Yeah? That angle was not given just for fun, so we need to use that angle. Now, this angle is formed by which two lines? That's what we're going to check. It's formed by which two lines? That angle. It's formed by angle BD. It's formed by line BD and line what? DC. So you can say what this angle here is going to be an angle of inclination. Right? And then we can get this one.
Yes.
Come on. How do we get that one? I think we already know the gradient of line BD. So we can get that angle there. How would we get that angle? So I'm going to tell them, let's call this one alpha. Yeah? If we call that one alpha, I'm going to tell them that the tan of alpha is going to be given by 3 all over 4. And I will tell them which one is alpha. Let's start with alpha. It's 36.87. So we have an update here and say this one is 36.87. 36.87. Everyone is happy with that. But now look at this one. This one is an angle outside. Can you see this one?
Yes.
If I say this angle is going to be given by these two angles. If I add them up, they're going to give me those angles. That angle there. Do you agree? So what is it that I can say? I can safely say angle theta, let's call this one theta because we don't have a name for it. Theta is going to be given by 45 plus 36.87. And when they ask me why am I saying it is exterior angle? I mean,
Yes.
exterior angle. So what do you get as your theta?
81.87.
81.87. So that is an angle of inclination. I mean. Now look at these then, Palis. I'm going to tell them which the tan of theta is going to be given by the line. You see, M is the M of DC. Tan of theta is going to be given by M of DC. This is TNC. Yes. And then remember, I have theta. Since I have theta, I'm going to tell them with the tan of 81.87 is going to be equal to M of DC. That is why I said number 1, number 2, number 3 we should flow. Now it needs us to think. What do you get?
7.
You're going to tell them which M of DC. M of DC is going to be equal to what? To 7. Everybody say it. Okay, start to tell M of DC. When I start to tell M of DC, if it's number coordinates, equation that DC, we can get it. How would we get the equation of DC? I'm going to tell them what to y, which is going to be equal to 7 x plus 3. But we know this point. We said it's 3 is to minus 2. I remember correct. Yes. That's what we said. We all agree.
Yes.
I haven't done anything which is mathematically incorrect so far. The only thing that I did is that we were using this angle here to get the angle of inclination. We needed to use that angle so that we can get the angle of what of inclination. That is the only thing that we did, which is that we can get C. How do you get C? I'm going to tell them what you have minus 2, which is going to be 7 open bracket. 3 plus 3, you get 21. If you take it to the other side, you get minus 23. which is going to be C. You agree?
Yes.
What? You agree?
I
Okay.
do agree.
So what is going to be our equation? Our equation is going to be given as y, which is going to be equal to 7x minus 23. What can you tell me about those two people? They're equal, because we said this is a point of what of intersection. Meaning what you can tell them, we have 7x minus 23, which is going to be equal to 3 all over 4x plus 2. We want x. Take this one to this other side. Take this one to this other side.
Yes.
Ish, I'm running out of space here.
You're right.
We have what? 7.
25 over 4.
25 all over 4x, which is going to be 25.
Yes.
25 and 25, they cancel each other out.
Yes.
And then I left with x is 4.
Yes.
X is going to be equal to 1, 2, 4. And then come and substitute on this equation here. You say 4 multiplied by 7, 21.
Oh, it's
No,
fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Huh?
It's fine.
X is 5.
Why is 5?
Y is 5. So you have the coordinates 4
Fine.
is to 5.
Sir,
Yes.
let's do it in a different way.
You did it in what way?
I told them more BC is going to be current to BD.
You told them BC
Yes.
is going to be equal to BD.
Yes.
Why did you say
Some
that?
of them is inside of a triangle is going to give you
Oh,
BC.
because you already know this one is 90
90.
and this is 45.
Yes.
Yeah, opposites.
Yes.
Angles opposite equal side. Yeah, yeah.
Therefore, put them on the length of BC.
Then you calculated the length of BC.
Yes, length of BC total BT again.
Yeah.
Then I have formula BT, I put that to 5. Again, therefore, I am next, I take equation and thing in a.
Now, when you compare the two methods, which one is simple?
Yours is simple, but
That's
it,
another
It needed,
yes.
it needed there's another way. Yes. What is the other one?
D. You write D S S. Could depend into D.
Yeah.
S S X and then Y.
Hmm.
And on Y, I substituted that equation there.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes.
You have the coordinate of
X and Y.
and y. Yeah. And then you use the equation.
Yes.
And then what do you do with the equation?
I get it in place of y, but not this case.
Yes.
Yes, the coordinate of it is going to be x is 2. 3 over 4 x plus 2.
Plus 2.
Yes. And then
Yes, and then I guess that one is the right angle triangle. Then I did SOHCAHTOA, and then I did the sine.
oh.
And then I for DC.